Imagine being terrified of speaking in front of others until one moment changes everything. Ethan, a shy boy who never raised his hand, discovers an unusual way to overcome his fear of public speaking. What starts as a simple practice turns into a life-changing journey of confidence and self-belief. Will he conquer his biggest fear, or will stage fright win? Watch till the end to find out. Have you ever been scared to speak in public? Drop a comment below. Ethan Carter had always been a quiet boy. At school, he sat in the back of the classroom, avoiding eye contact with his teachers in fear that they would call on him. It wasn't that Ethan didn't know the answers. He often did. But the mere thought of speaking in front of his classmates made his stomach churn and his hands sweat. He had learned to live in the shadows, watching others raise their hands, give presentations, and speak their minds while he remained silent. One day, Mr. Thompson, his English teacher, announced an upcoming speech competition. "This is an opportunity for each of you to express yourselves," he said enthusiastically. "The topic is a time you overcame a challenge." Ethan felt his chest tighten. Public speaking was his greatest fear. He knew there was no way he could stand in front of the whole class and talk. As soon as the bell rang, he darted out of the classroom, hoping he could find a way to avoid the competition. At home, he slumped onto his bed, staring at the ceiling. His mother, noticing his unusual silence, sat beside him. "What's wrong, sweetheart?" she asked gently. "There's a speech competition," Ethan muttered. "I can't do it, Mom. I just can't." His mother smiled warmly and placed a hand on his. "I understand, Ethan. But remember, fear only has power over you if you let it. Maybe this is your chance to face it." Ethan hesitated. "I don't know. I'm terrible at speaking in front of people." Liam grinned. "You should practice in front of a mirror. That's what my sister does before her school debates." That evening, Ethan stood in front of his mirror, holding a piece of paper with the first draft of his speech. His voice wavered as he spoke, and he kept looking away, feeling awkward and self-conscious. His little sister, Emily, peeked into his room. "What are you doing?" "Practicing," Ethan mumbled. Emily tilted her head. "Why are you whispering? You need to be loud and confident." Ethan sighed. "I'm just not good at this." Emily thought for a moment before running out of the room. She returned with a stuffed teddy bear and placed it on Ethan's bed. "Pretend Teddy is your audience. Just talk to him." Ethan chuckled, but decided to try it. He cleared his throat and started speaking, pretending Teddy was listening attentively. To his surprise, it felt easier. There was no judgment, no pressure, just him and the stuffed bear. Over the next few days, Ethan continued practicing. He upgraded from Teddy to speaking in front of his family. At first, his voice was shaky, but as he continued, he found himself speaking more clearly. His father even recorded him so Ethan could watch and improve his posture and delivery. On the day of the competition, Ethan's heart pounded as he stepped onto the stage. The bright lights and the sea of faces made his knees weak. But then he took a deep breath and imagined he was just talking to Teddy. He started speaking, his voice steady but low. As he went on, he felt a strange sense of control. His words were flowing, his nerves easing. He looked up and saw his classmates listening intently, some even nodding in agreement. By the time he finished, there was a moment of silence before the room erupted into applause. Ethan couldn't believe it. He had done it. He had faced his biggest fear, and it hadn't defeated him. Later, Mr. Thompson approached him with a proud smile. "Ethan, that was incredible. You spoke with confidence and heart." Ethan beamed, a newfound sense of pride swelling inside him. He had learned something valuable. Confidence wasn't about being fearless. It was about facing fears and proving to yourself that you're stronger than them. Ethan proved that confidence isn't about being fearless. It's about facing your fears head on. If he can do it, so can you. What's one fear you're ready to overcome? Drop it in the comments below. Let's support each other in taking that first step. Thank you for joining Ethan on his inspiring journey. If you've ever faced a fear that held you back, remember, confidence comes from taking that first step.